morning, students. We are going to study fertilization in angiosperms in this video lesson. I am K. Sai Venkatesh, working as a lecturer in botany, Government Degree College, Puttur, Chittoor district. The main objectives are fertilization definition, process of fertilization, syngamy or true fertilization, triple fusion or double fertilization. These are the main objectives we are going to cover in this video lesson. Coming to the definition of fertilization, the fusion of male and female gametes during sexual reproduction is called fertilization. This is the main event during the sexual reproduction. In angiosperms, the male gametes are produced inside the pollen grains and the female gametes are produced within the embryo sac, which is said to be the female gametophyte. The female gamete is nothing but the egg cell. This is the general parts of flower, where you can see the pollen grains and ovules, megasporangia, in which embryo sacs are present. During pollination, the pollen grains generally reach the stigma and germinate by producing the pollen tube. The pollen tubes grows down through the stigma and style and reach the embryo sac of the ovule present in the ovary. Commonly, the pollen tubes enters the ovule through micropyle and discharges the male gamete into the embryo sac. One of the male gametes fuses with the egg and forms the zygote. The fusion of male and female gametes is known as fertilization. I have already told you in the definition. The second male gamete fuses with the two polar nuclei or secondary nucleus and forms a triple nucleus called primary endosperm nucleus. It is triploid in condition by means of this triple fusion. The involvement of both the sperms in the fertilization is said to be double fertilization, that is the characteristic feature of angiosperms. This was first introduced by Navashin. Coming to the germination of pollen grain. After reaching the stigmatic surface, the pollen grains begin to germinate. Stigma possesses specialized surface for the catching and holding of the pollen. The main function of the stigmatic surface is to make the pollen to germinate by providing necessary ingredients for the pollen germination. Generally, the stigmas may be dry or wet. Wet stigmas can be seen in petunia and geomaze-like plants, where these stigmas secrete some exudates, and dry stigmas are present in Asteraceae members and Papaver members and some Poaceae members also, where there is no presence of any wetty exudates. Generally, the exudate is highly viscous and adhesive in nature and appears as droplets on the surface of the stigma. Generally, these exudates are enriched with lipids, carbohydrates, amino acids, and phenolic substances. The germination of pollen grain may occur either immediately or it may take a few hours for germination. Generally, during germination, what will happen? You can see the germination of pollen grain here. During germination, these are germ pores. The outer layer is said to be axine and inner layer is said to be intine. This intine protrudes through the germ pore and starts the germination of the pollen grain. This is a pollen tube, and the openings on the axine are said to be germ pores, from which we can see the exposure of the pollen tube. Actually, the pollen growth takes place after the germination. The pollen tube grows between the stigmatic papilla and reaches the stylar part. The subsequent course of the tube depends upon the internal structure of the style. The style may be solid or hollow. Sometimes the style may be filled with the tissue, which is said to be solid style, which are present in Brassica, Nicotiana, and Arabidopsis thaliana like plants. And in some plants like Datura, Enothera, and Petunia, you can see the intracellular spaces in the style, which are said to be halo styles. When the pollen tube emerges through the germ pore, the entire contents of the pollen grain move into the pollen tube. The wall of the pollen tube is made up of materials like cellulose and pectin. You can see the germination of pollen grain on the stigmatic surface, and it's traveling in the stylar region. In this picture, clearly these are pollen grains, and this is the stylar tissue. Coming to the formation of male gametes. The male gametes are formed by the mitotic division of generative cell. So male gametes are formed from the generative cell. Generative cell and vegetative nucleus are present in the pollen grain. In some plants of Asteraceae, Brassicaceae and Caryophyllaceae and some Poaceae members, the division of generative cell usually occurs before the pollen is shed from the anther. So we can see three-celled stage in those plants, but in some plants of Rosaceae and Solanaceae, the generative cell divides only after the pollen have been shed. Then you can see the elongated pollen tube and formation of division of this generative cell in this picture. Then coming to the entry of pollen tube into the ovule. This entry of pollen tube into the ovule takes place after reaching the ovary. The pollen tube enters into the ovules and then into the embryo sac. The pollen tube may enter the ovule through one of the following three ways. The first one is porogamy, the next one is chalazogamy, and next one is mesogamy. Porogamy is nothing but the pollen tubes enters the ovule through micropylar region. In chalazogamy, it enters through chalazal region, and mesogamy, it enters through the integument region or the funiculus region. Porogamy is seen in Azadirachta like plants, and chalazogamy is seen in Casuarina, and mesogamy seen in this Cucurbita plant. Entry of pollen tube into the embryo sac. Irrespective of place of entry into ovule, the pollen tube grows through the nucellar tissue and enters the embryo sac only at the micropylar end. The pollen tube may enter the embryo sac by one of the following routes between the wall of the embryo sac and one of the synergids, or between the egg cell and one of the synergids without destroying the latter, directly into one of the synergids. These are the main ways by which the entry of pollen tube takes place into the embryo sac. You can see Here the entrance of pollen tube reaching the embryo sac. Then coming to the discharge of pollen tube contents. The pollen tube grows through the filiform apparatus and enters the cytoplasm of the syzygy. At the stage of pore, as the stage a pore develops either at the subterminal position as seen in Gossypium or at the tip of the pollen tube as observed in Petunia and Quercus. In embryo sacs of plants like Plumbago capensis, where synergids are absent, the egg itself develops filiform apparatus and receives the pollen tube. Coming to the fusion of male and female gametes. One of the male gametes approaches the egg while the other sperm cell fuses with the central cell. The membranes at the point of contact dissolve and the sperm nuclei are released, one into the egg and the other into the central cell. Then coming to the syngamy, the true fertilization, fusion of male gametes with the egg is known as syngamy. This is also known as true fertilization. It results in the formation of diploid zygote, the first cell of sporophytic generation. Then coming to the triple fusion or double fertilization. The second male gamete fuses with the two haploid polar nuclei or diploid secondary nucleus, forming a triploid nucleus called primary endosperm nucleus, which is said to be PEN. This is known as triple fusion. As both the male gametes are involved in the fertilization, it is known as double fertilization. This is unique feature of angiosperms. You can't observe this type of double fertilization in any of the other members of plant kingdom. It was first described by Navashi. Then you can see the embryo sac nucleated in Lilium, where double fertilization occurs here and true fertilization occurs here. Coming to the summary, in this video we studied fertilization definition. It is nothing but the fusion of male and female gametes during sexual reproduction. Process of fertilization, we studied the mechanism involved in reaching the male gametes to the female gamete. We studied syngamy or true fertilization. Fusion of the male gametes with the egg is known as syngamy. This is also known as true fertilization. We studied triple fusion, double fertilization. It is nothing but the second male gamete fusion with the diploid secondary nucleus or haploid polar nuclei, forming a primary endosperm nucleus. Thank you. Thank you to all.